Hello everyone, we are still on radical expressions. We have to remember that there are two complex square roots of negative 1. So that is I and negative I. But we have to make use or we will make use of I as our value for square root of negative 1. All throughout our course, we will make use of I as the value of square root of negative 1. Okay, let us continue. Okay, how are you going to simplify or evaluate radical expressions containing numericals and literal coefficients? Okay, let's have an example. Let's say we have square root of 8 x to the fourth power y to the fifth power. So we know that the factor of 8 is 4 and 2, or we can have 8 and 1, but in this case, since we are looking for a factor of 8 that is a perfect square, so 4 and 2 is a perfect fit. So we have 4 times 2, then x to the fourth, then y to the fifth power. So that's it. So we now have 4 times 2, x to the fourth, y to the fifth power. So square root of 4 is 2. Then x to the power of 4, square root of x to the power of 4. So we are going to divide 4 by the index, the value of the index, which is 2. So the result is 2. So we have x squared. Then y to the fifth power, divide 5 by 2. The result is 2. The remainder is 1. So we have y squared. So what is left now is 2y. So again, if you're going to factor 8, that is 4 times 2. 4 is a perfect square, so we can simplify it. Square root of 4 is 2. So we have here 2. Then, if we're going to simplify square root of x to the fourth power, so 4 divided by 2 is 2, so we have x squared. Then, y to the fifth power, square root of y to the fifth power is y squared. The remainder is 1, so we have 1 here. We have the remaining y in our index. So let's take another example. Okay, how about if we have, let's say, square root of 25 a cube and b to the power of 6. So square root of 25 is 5. Then square root of a cube, that's a. If you're going to divide 3 by 2, the answer is 1. So, and the remainder is 1 also. Then if we're going to simplify, the square root of b to the 6th power is, so that's b cubed square root of a. So the answer is b 5ab cubed square root of a. How about another example? Say we have square root of 6, a to the fourth, and b to the power of 7. Okay, square root of 6, we cannot simplify it, so as is. Then square root of a to the fourth, that's a to the fourth, so a square. Then b to the power of 7, that's okay, 7 divided by 2 is 3. So the remaining is 6b, then that's it. So the answer is we have a squared b cubed square root of 6b. Now what if we have the cube root of, let's say we have 8 c to the fourth, b to the sixth, and d to the seventh power. So we get, okay, cube root of 8 is 2. That is, if you are going to multiply 2 times 2 times 2, or that's 2 cube. So cube root of 2 cube is 2. So we get here 2. Then if you're going to divide 4, that's c to the fourth power. But if you're going to divide 4 by 3, if you're going to divide 4 by 3, the remainder is 1. So we got c. 4 divided by 3 is 1, remainder 1. Then b to the 6th power, if you're going to divide 6 by 3, the answer is 2. So we have b squared. Then if you're going to divide 7 by 3, the answer is 2. So we got d squared. So what is left is cube root of, okay, we have c and d. So the final answer is 2cb squared. Okay, let's arrange first according to the number of exponent, or the value of exponent, or according to literal coefficient. Let us change the position of c and b. So the answer could also be b squared c. So it can be that the answer is 2cb squared d squared cube root of cd, or it can be 2b squared cd squared cube root of cd. Okay. Let us take another example. The example number 6. So if we have the square root of 8x cubed y to the power of 6z to the power of 13, if you're going to square root 8, the answer is 2. One of the factors of 8 is 4, which is a perfect square, and the other one is 2. So 4 times 2 is 8. If you're going to divide, okay, rather, square root of 4 is 2, so that is why we bring out 2. Next, if you're going to simplify square root of x cubed, that is x, there is a remainder of 1, so x is left. Then if you are going to simplify y to the 6th power, so 6 divided by 2, the answer is 3. So we have y cubed. Then if you're going to divide 13, z to the power of 13, if you're going to divide 13 by 2, the answer is 6. The remainder is 1. So the final answer is 2x y cubed z to the power of 6 square root of 2xz. So again, if we have this are given, if you're going to factor 8, look for the factor of 8 that is a perfect square, so we get 4 and 2. So 4 times 2, that is 8. So square root of 4, that is 2. So that is why we write or bring out 2. Next, if we're going to divide the exponent of x, which is 3, by 2, our index is 2. So 3 divided by 2 is 1. The remainder is 1. So there is 1x left, and we bring out x. How about y? So the exponent of y is 6. If we're going to divide 6 by 2, the answer is 3. So we get y cubed. So there is no y in the radicand already. Then if we have our z has an exponent of 13. 13 divided by 2, that is 6. So we have z6 outside. Then what is left is a remainder of 1. So the final answer is 2x y cubed z to the power of 6 square root of 2xz.